Hey all, so you read the title of the video. It's about changes, and the changes are coming to the channel, and I want to tell you why. It's because my life has had major changes recently, and I wanted to signify those changes through changing the channel's art, banner, thinking about drawing little animatics of my characters using videos in places of my face cam, but we're getting ahead of ourselves. To make things a little more legit than usual, I even wrote down the entire script of this video on paper like I used to do when I couldn't remember anything. So yeah, we're getting a little personal here tonight on Bloo the Hedgehog, which will soon not be named Bloo the Hedgehog anymore. Yeah, big changes. So I'm gonna read this all. I haven't streamed a lot, I haven't gotten my opinions out there, I haven't been open as of late, which is not my style, and I'm sure some of you have probably noticed that, some of you might actually really care, and I just thought it would be a good idea to just go over it, you know? Just talk about how life has been, kind of, and why these big changes are coming to the channel, what they signify, because that's my style, because y'all know me already. I like when things have deeper meanings than what is shown at face value. So of course, if I'm going to change my channel all around, I want it to have a real good reason as to why I am, rather than just doing it because I wanted to, you know? Without further ado, let's actually start reading. So 2022 was a tough year. In fact, pretty much every year since COVID started has been brutal. News is less hopeful and more dismal on the daily, like a negative feedback loop. In my personal experience, I felt like my first taste of independence through college was put on pause, almost immediately after getting started. It was like time out for the next 4 years. My ability to be my solo self with no worries of others' opinions was beaten down as my friends became a source of obsessive perfection towards myself. I had no other outlet to see my own progress, so I used their opinions and advice, rather than as advice, as a strict guideline to progress in life. Even those who were taking advantage of my usual kind self, I allowed leniency to them when I should have questioned what they were doing. And those who were concerned, I ignored their advice, since I was ignoring logic and facts entirely in the pursuit of a fictional idea of perfection. Trying to be a shining beacon during a dark time caused some blindness and some burning on my behalf. It may have not been my fault entirely, but I was hyperfixated on an impossible goal. Life rapidly passed by, as in years flew by within weeks, and it wasn't until a specific day that the tension snapped. I was threatened to be kicked out of my only friend group, when I have dedicated a massive part of my life to, over not following advice I had already been trying to strictly adapt myself to. I said part weird, didn't I? But yeah, basically I was given advice, I followed that advice to a T, and the same people who gave me that advice were telling me I wasn't following that advice and that I would be kicked because I wasn't taking them seriously. This wasn't a majority of the friend group versus me, by the way. This was a more individual case, but regardless, it still affected me greatly hearing all that. I'd rather not get into specifics because it was a very intense situation, but everyone at this point has moved on. Some changed, for better or worse, so there was certainly an effect felt by the situation by many in the group. Yeah, I wasn't the only one affected by this circumstance. For me, I stopped giving a massive fuck. I knew in my heart of hearts, I needed to stop being a drone and be a leading force. With a little help, I regained who I was. Life started leaving the slump in the second half of 2022. I reconnected with some of my earliest experiences in the artistic/media world, like the Raimi Spider-Man trilogy, Sonic Adventure 2, Pac-Man, Mario 64, Tony Hawk, Kingdom Hearts, drawing, Tekken 5, and so much more. It sounds silly, but I needed the reminder of who I was and where I came from. More people have entered my life now, who I'd like to share my experiences with. My friend group has become easygoing as it should have been for a while there, and I'm going back to college soon. So, with all that out of the way, you can guess why I was making so few videos. Pursuing perfect editing and traditional video concepts for quote-unquote good content rather than what I wanted to do. I made a terrible Halo 2 guide that encapsulates exactly how I was feeling at the time. Maybe I'll show it one day, but back on topic now. I want to go back to how I used to make videos. I want my ideas to be my own and not dictated by another algorithm or other person. Sure, they might be longer and less edited and a little bit less fast, but it'll be my videos and it'll be my style again. And I want to change the channel name and add some little characters here and there to represent myself for the viewer. This involves drawing a lot of stuff, so it's going to take me some time, so please be patient while I work on this. Anyways, I'll have another update video ready when the channel's finally starting to move on. You'll see some other videos in the interim, but yeah, thanks for listening to this little ramble. Bye!